boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. I wanted to play that, but I also don't want to get flagged by YouTube and be like, this video has been flagged and now you're being tracked and I don't know. But yeah, welcome. And I'm starting into The Boys. Oh, The Boys are back. Season 3, episode 1. That's what this is. I am reviewing. I'm gonna keep this at like a medium spoiler level. I feel like there's gonna be some things I'm gonna say that set up the rest of the season, but would be spoiler, like if you hadn't seen episode 1 and you had no idea what was going on, because there's obviously been a time jump and the world is completely different for our cast of characters since the last time we saw them. So I can't really talk about the show without addressing the massive amount of changes that we've had. First of all, I'm a blind film critic, so I don't get to see the crazy gore that's in this episode and that's in this show in general. I get it described to me through audio description, which is still quite interesting. And believe me, it is interesting. To have described to you a superhero traveling into a man's penis through the urethra is an experience unlike any other that I have yet to have in my years of doing this. I don't know what you guys saw. I don't know what that looked like, but having that described to me and him being inside there and like he was like rubbing the walls and he just that whole scene, I was like, how is this happening right now? I don't know. I don't know how they put this in the show. But hey, you know what? This is not for kids. So if you were wondering and you were like, oh, I was thinking about letting my kids watch The Boys. Let me tell you, I would maybe not. I wouldn't. I don't know. This one doesn't really feel like a kid-friendly show. So it never has. But I know some parents out there, they just let their kids watch whatever. There's definitely, I promise you, there's a 5-year-old out there right now watching The Boys. And it's just like, what is this? And then they have nightmares. So where are we at with The Boys? Well, when we last left them off, we found out that one of the 7 was a Nazi. And so they're kind of trying to recover from that. It's like a PR nightmare. And so there's a bit of that. Vought is trying to recover as a company. They've got a plan. They figured out how to synthesize a temporary version of their superhero drug. Although technically, they've also admitted that they're not 100% sure it works, like, all the time, the way it's supposed to. And that's mentioned a couple times in this episode, so I have a feeling in one of the future episodes, the fact that it's been mentioned a couple times that they're not really sure about it, I feel like that's going to be a thing. So, because, foretelling. And let's just say that the faith in Homelander has to keep going on this apology tour for banging a Nazi, basically. The film also, we've got a really cool thing where it's like a film within a film. You know how they also star in their own movies to help like their promo thing? Well, they do a 7 movie. And let's just say they got a really cool cameo in the beginning of this episode. So enjoy that. And I won't spoil that for you. I'm just going to say be aware because it was so big. Let me tell you, it was so big they actually dropped the name of the actor in the audio description. So we don't get that normally. Normally we just get told what character it is. but they wanted to make sure that you understood who was doing the cameo, and that's how. I mean, they spent obviously a lot of money on it, so they want to get their money's worth. And Homelander's doing his apology tour, and Homelander finds out that looks like he's going to be a co-captain from now on because someone else has got a rising star. Bet you can guess who that someone else is. And Giancarlo Esposito's character is letting that person, who I will try to keep remaining nameless, just to help some surprise. Also, that person will get to name the new members to the 7 because there are some spots to fill. So that's an interesting thing that we'll get to see play out in upcoming episodes. So our we do get to see all of the non-Homelander characters, Maeve and Starlight and Noir, and they're all sort of have stuff to do. Starlight obviously has the most to do. Yes, they're still dating, and actually Huey has moved up in the world, and he's now running this organization that babysits superheroes, which is what he uses Butcher and Frenchie as like agents. They sort of like watch and maintain to make sure that superheroes aren't just like murdering people in their spare time. And there was a little bit of that. There was a hint of something like that coming to fruition at the end of season 2. I kind of remember that because there's a character that he's working with that I remember came in right at the end of season 2, and now is getting more fully fleshed out this season. So I get that. But that's what he's up to. So he got like a huge promotion, and he actually gets to just walk openly around with Starlight now. He's not even hiding it. And it seems to annoy the shit out of Homelander, which is great. So yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had in this episode. Lots of people explode. I won't say lots. Some people explode. It wouldn't be the boys if somebody didn't explode, right? Either partially or fully. So, get ready for that. I guess that's, I don't want to spoil the whole thing. We do get to touch base with Milk and see what he's up to. This episode does kind of do a really good job of showing you what everybody's up to as we get started into the season. So, I did read that Jensen Ackles is supposed to be the big new character addition this season. He's not in the first episode. Not that I can tell, unless he's in like some random footage. But he didn't do anything substantial. So if he is in the episode, he's in like, I don't know, in a picture or something in the background. But he wasn't substantially in the show, in the episode, in the pilot, in the first episode of season 3. So not a pilot. So that's my boys' recap. As far as the audio description, I thought it was, like I said, I got like really detailed description of of this termite superhero guy crawling into a urethra and then like trying to sexually arouse somebody from inside. So I feel like, yes, the audio description is on point. There's also some really some deaths that happen that are quite graphic, and you get the gore. And there's like a fight scene that was pretty substantial. There's a surprise character reveal that you get that's sort of really well described. So just, yeah, there's some things happening here that really worked. So the audio description is very, very much on point. I would take my hat off, but I don't know what my hair would look like. I don't even know if you can see my hat. I never know what's on the screen. I'm trying to hold this because I think I have like relativity of my hand to my face. You know what I'm saying? Like I know because I can feel where my hand is. It's a part of my body. So that's why I hold the phone. So I think my face is on it. I don't know. I don't know if it's centered. It starts out centered, but I acknowledge the fact that I can move during a review. So, but I'll say hats off to the audio description crew for this instead of actually taking my hat off, because I don't know if that'll matter. But that is The Boys. I'm going to give the season 3 premiere an A grade. I was shocked and entertained and grossed out and laughed, and I had all of the emotions that The Boys always brings me. And I just all the time I'm like, how is this a thing? How does this show exist? How are we watching this? This show is crazy. It's nuts. And I'm so happy to have it back. So I thought The Boys Diabolical was really good. So I'm glad we have the real thing now. Let me know if you're a Boys fan. And as long as people are watching these recaps, I'll just keep recapping The Boys in addition to the other series that I'm recapping. So I will get to episodes 2 and 3, which also dropped today. I just don't do them all at the same time. So patience is a virtue. Please like, share, subscribe. Visit my website, movieguy.com. Use the audio description project. Use the adna.org. And I will see you when I do episode 2 of The Boys, which I'm sure will be insane. And I'm predicting at least one explosion of either an entire person or partially a person. Haven't seen the episode, but at this rate, I'm just going to predict an exploding person in every episode. So I feel like that's where we're headed this season. So I will see you then, unless Homelander finds me between now and then. So if you don't hear from me, it was Homelander.